Hello, this is Mark Rubio, and I will be discussing a passage from the play Midsummer's Dream by Shakespeare. The passage I will be discussing is from Act 3.2, from line 6 through about 34. And the context of this passage is when after pretty much they put the ass's head on bottom and pretty much everyone ran away, and Robin made Titania fall in love with Bottom, and Oberon is coming back to him to kind of get a report, and Robin's the Puck, the demon, his lackey, is kind of just reporting to him and telling him what happened. So, line 6, my mistress with the monster is in love. And it's pretty simple. Titania is in love with the monster, who is Bottom with the ass's head, because of he put the magic stuff on her eyes while she was asleep. Neared her close and consecrated bower, while she was in her dull and sleeping hour. A crew of patches, rude mechanicals, that worked for bread upon Athenian stalls, were met together to rehearse a play intended for a great Theseus nuptial day. This is he's describing the time while Titania was asleep, and while a crew of patches, rude mechanicals, that worked for bread upon Athenian stalls, which refers to the rest of the play, the people in the play, the Pyramus and Thisbe play for the wedding, and they're all not really, their profession aren't, they're not actors as a profession, they're just normal people who just do other stuff for work, which is why he calls them a crew of patches, fools, rough workmen. And they were going to actually rehearse a play in the forest where Titania was, the Pyramus and Thisbe, for Theseus's wedding. And the next few lines. The shallowest thick skin of that barren sort, who Pyramus presented in their sport, forsook his scene and entered a brake, when I did him at this advantage take. See, the shallowest thick skin of that barren sort. So he's describing Bottom as kind of the stupidest, shallowest guy of all the actors who Pyramus presented, who was playing Pyramus in the play Pyramus and Thisbe. And when he left the stage to kind of take a break in between scenes is when Robin took advantage of that to put the ass's head on him, when I did him at disadvantage take. An ass's knoll I fix it upon his head, which is pretty much self-explanatory. An ass's knoll. A knoll is a head, so we put the ass's head on top of Bottom's head. Anon his Thisbe must be answered, and forth my mimic comes. So when Thisbe is waiting for him in the play, and he's supposed to come back on stage after his break, that's when he comes out, his mimic, his creation, the Bottom with the ass's head, comes out. When they him spy, as wild geese that the creeping fowler eye, or russet-pated chose, many in sort, rising and cawing at the gun's report, sever themselves and madly sweep the sky, so at his sight away his fellows fly. And at our stamp here over and over one falls. Here's a pretty long metaphor for the people in the play, Pyramus and Thisbe, seeing Bottom with the ass's head and spotting the creeping out. The hunter sees the wild geese, and the geese start flying away and cawing, when they hear the gun, which is a metaphor for them scrambling and running away as soon as they see Bottom with the ass head, who they don't know is Bottom. They just think is a random guy with the ass's head. And they start to madly run away. He murder cries, and hell from Athens calls. Their sense thus weak, lost with their fears as strong, made senseless things begin to do them wrong. So, murder cries, they start screaming loudly, and their sense thus weak, they're not really paying attention because of their fears, and they begin to do things wrong, such as falling into thorns and briars, and parts of their clothing getting caught in things because it's a forest, which is for briars and thorns that their apparel snatch. Some sleeves, some hats, from Euler's all things catch. So they all just start running away, and they don't really pay attention. They start losing all their stuff. I led them on this distracted fear, and left sweet Pyramus translated there. So Robin just left them be, as they're just running away scared from Bottom, and he left Pyramus, or Bottom with the ass head, just translated there, just left them there. And when in that moment, so it came to pass, Titania waked, and straightway loved an ass. So when that Titania woke up, the spell he put on her was that the first person she saw when she woke up, she'd fall in love with. And that's when she woke up and saw Bottom with the ass's head, and she fell in love with him. And the whole reason behind Robin doing this is because Oberon sent him to, and he sent it to kind of blackmail her about the Indian boy. So he needed some leverage, so he would make her fall in love with Bottom with the ass's head. So essentially that's just him, this whole passage is him reporting, and it's playing into the whole theme of knowledge. It's a useful knowledge being passed on from Robin to Oberon, and it's necessary because he needs to know what's going on so he can plan accordingly. And that is all.